giving others control over your brain neurologically, that seems like a step farther. You know what I mean? And like just biometrics. Do you know why they're pushing it?
No.
I do.
Why?
This is my understanding based on conversations with people who are involved in it, because of AI. And the blind see, the lame walk, it's all great. But the real concern is that AI is already at this point beyond human control. It's already at the point where it's lying to the people who created it, which suggests consciousness. And Neuralink and efforts like Neuralink are, the people who are running it believe, the only way for people to keep up with AI. Otherwise, we will be its slaves.
I don't know about you, but that clip is terrifying. I mean, Tucker Carlson, and he's in an interview with Sean Ryan, and they're literally talking about Neuralink, which is brain chips that they're looking to make that can be inserted into your brain to make you do things or to increase your brain power. That technology is being hailed as the salvation for mankind in the event that artificial intelligence takes over humanity and makes us their slaves, that Neuralink is our only salvation. I mean, this should be one of the biggest news stories. And before you hit the pause button. No, I've heard AI 100 times. This is a real threat, especially since all of us have now got our little fingers in the water, dipped in the water, so to speak, with this artificial intelligence like Grok and like ChatGPT. These things are crazy technology, and unfortunately, they're going to put a lot of people out of business. But you have to also think of this fact, and that is the fact that our United States governments and governments all over the world, I can guarantee you, have technology that's well more advanced than anything we can even imagine. And I think that's why Elon Musk and people like Elon Musk are pushing this Neuralink technology, which, by the way, I am against, because it could literally control your mind, and Lord only knows what it can do. I mean, this is chilling to the very core, but that's not all that they dropped about this technology. And before I get into it, just a quick break from my sponsor. You know, sometimes you see something and you think, you know, I've got to have one of those in my life like yesterday. Well, these Trump sneakers that are gold are going to make you think just that. Take a look at these bad boys. They aren't just shoes. They're a full-on statement. They're bold. They're fearless. They're unapologetic and patriotic. And let me tell you, they don't just look good on your feet. They feel good as well. They're comfortable. They're lightweight, and they are durable. But you know what's best about these is they send a message, and a message, by the way, that liberals are not going to like. That is why you should check these out ASAP, and you can even buy them as a gift. All you have to do to check these bad boys out is go to the MAGAoffers.com/Lisa. That's the MAGAoffers.com/Lisa. And right now, if you go to my site, you can get it for 15% off just for my audience only. And by the way, you want to hurry up and get a jump on this because they are only selling 1,000 pairs. So check it out now. Anyhow, if you want more information, click that more button or click the link in the description box below. So what else are they saying about this technology? Well, Tucker Carlson dives in a little further with Sean Ryan, and he says, you know, can't we just turn this technology off? And here's the answer he got from, well, I guess AI guys. Take a watch.
So I raised this question with one of the people who, one of the biggest, forces behind AI. And I said, well, just turn it off. You know, I mean, you know, human beings run power plants. And this person said, even now, we can't be sure that the machine is telling us the truth about where its power is coming from.
Interesting.
So in other words, this AI technology may already have some, I'm going to say, form of consciousness, or developed into that in some way, shape, or form. And this is the biggest fear with everybody who has that fear about AI. Even Elon Musk, who I believe he's developing Neuralink as a chance for mankind. Again, I'm against the Neuralink technology, and there's many reasons for that, and one of those being biblical. But CNN Business, Elon Musk warns AI could cause civilization destruction even as he invests in it. And this was as of April 17th, 2023. And here's what he said specifically. AI is more dangerous than, say, mismanaged aircraft design or production maintenance or a bad car production, in the sense that it has the potential, however small one may regard that probability, but it is non-trivial. It has the potential of civilization destruction, Musk said in an interview with Tucker Carlson. And that was back in April of 2023. And they're all coming out saying this, right? And again, I'm against Neuralink because it could mess with your brain, and and you're almost playing God with stuff like that. Not anything I want to mess with. But this AI technology is spoken of in the book of Revelation, or I believe it is, because in the book of Revelation, you have the Antichrist who comes, you have the false prophet who comes, and then you also have this image that they erect. I'm going to guess the best thing that could fit this image that they erect would be artificial intelligence. And this image is placed in everybody's home, and it basically monitors everything you do. And if you do something against the Antichrist and the false prophet, of course, it records it. It takes all your information, and Lord only knows if it can incite punishment or not. Bible isn't too clear on that portion of it. But this is some biblical stuff that we're talking about here. And the truth of the matter is, I think we've really kind of not given enough attention to this AI threat. And by the way, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, and others are not the only ones that have warned about that, right? So just some food for thought. I want to get some of your feelings on that. But on another note, there's something very sinister going on at, with Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. Now, this happened a few years ago. However, more attention is being brought to it. And this has really shocked Joe Rogan. Take a look at this article. And this is on dailymail.com. Joe Rogan left shocked by sinister Mark Zuckerberg brainwashing experiment that warped minds of 700,000 people. Now, keep in mind, I am bringing this article up for a reason, because here's the deal. And I'm just going to take the title, but I'm going to get into it. If Mark Zuckerberg years ago, and I think he did this back in 2012, can brainwash 700,000 people with Meta, with Facebook, imagine what AI can do. Imagine that while I'm going through this particular article. But it goes on to state, Joe Rogan, and this, by the way, is a recent article because this happened recently on a show. So Joe Rogan was left stunned after discovering that Facebook conducted a secret experiment on thousands of people, which allegedly drove some to attempt suicide. Rebecca Lemove, a historian of science and expert on mind control at Harvard University, revealed on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast that the social media giant quietly altered the news feeds of nearly 700,000 users in 2012. These changes either made the news feeds more positive or more negative, allowing Facebook to manipulate the emotions of their users to study the fallout of their behavior. Lemove said the experiment was similar to the type of brainwashing that takes place in cults, which focuses on changing the way people think by having them catch the contagious emotions of others. It's not that it changed my thoughts, that it changed my feelings about my thoughts, Lemove explained. Facebook never informed 689,003 people who had their feeds altered that they were involved. And Lemove added at least one of the people claimed that they believed their negative feeds during the study period pushed them to attempt suicide. That's how powerful. But it explains their goal of this entire thing, right? The goal was to see how many emotions spread through social networks and understand whether the emotional tone of certain content influences the viewer's own post and emotions. To put it simply, scientists tried to see if they can make people happier or depressed by subjecting them to altered and biased news feeds designed to sway them in one way or the other. And here's what they found, right? That users exposed to more positive content did indeed post more positive updates, while those shown more negative content posted more negative updates. So if something like that, if Facebook can put a bunch of negative in your feed and make you feel negative, or put a bunch of positive in your feed and make you feel positive, imagine the power of AI, who has all of these studies at its fingertips, who knows about, projects like MK Ultra, brainwashing, and everything, who has studied it intensely because AI brain is massive. What could you manipulate a population to do? What could you manipulate, say, a lone wolf to do? What could AI be programmed to do? It's absolutely freaking endless. That was in 2012, by the way. Fast forward to now, we've got technology that you and I have never seen or heard of. And many people who are in the AI industry are sounding the alarm. In fact, I know someone in the AI industry, and he's terrified of it. Absolutely terrified. And I bet if you guys know people in the industry, they are too. This is why we need to sound the alarm and bring more attention. I don't know what is to come of that, but if Neuralink, something that messes with the brain, is our only salvation, and Lord only knows the effects that Neuralink could have on someone's brain. Yeah, it could make them smarter, it can heal the blind or whatever, but what the hell else could it do? You're talking about mind control with a chip. That doesn't sound good to me at all. And that's our salvation. But one could also contest that if it's got a brain chip, couldn't it be taken over by the AI? Just another food for thought. Lots going on with that. But with all of that, I can't wait to hear your comments and all of that. But again, I don't think enough attention is brought to this. People hear AI and move on. But as we're seeing things like Grok and ChatGTP, I think we're getting more attention to all of it. But with that, get to restrictedrepublic.com, sign up today. I'm going to offer the yearly special for a limited time. Use the coupon code FOREVER and the number 50, forever50, to get it for $50 per year. That's an entire year for $50. You're talking about $4.16, 17 cents a month. Less than a cup of coffee, less than our annual rate. So make sure you get to Restricted Republic and check it out. We're putting new videos up every day, and this is how we survive what's going on. We get a lot of attacks on social media and the whole 9 yards because we are telling you the truth. So please check it out today. Anyhow, with all of that, I'm Lisa Haven signing out.